In today's video, we're going to talk about this bombshell story regarding a guy, a poor, unfortunate guy who lost 92% of all of his money in Tattooed Chef stock. And he even says in the video, it is all because of Jeremy Financial Education. Now, we're going to break everything down here, how he lost the money, why he lost the money. Is it Jeremy's fault? Is it his fault? Are these fake gurus responsible for the amount of wealth that has been lost among retail investors? Let's go ahead and find out. So here's the video. Guy's name is, I can't even pronounce that. I'm going to call this man RS. I guess the last name is Sawant Rishab. I'm just going to say Rishab Savant. Sawant is his name. And yeah, if we actually read the description of the video, you can see right here it says, I invested around $3,500 in the Tattooed Chef stock and lost 92% of that. My Tattooed Chef investment is now worth $200. So this man put $3,500 in the Tattooed Chef because he listened to a fake guru named Jeremy LaFave Financial Education, who's got about 700,000 subscribers. That is $3,500 investment is now worth $200. He also says Jeremy LaFave, who runs the Financial Education YouTube channel, was the biggest reason why I bought into Tattooed Chef stock, TTCF. Jeremy LaFave from Financial Education was pumping video after about how he purchased, I guess he's trying to say video after video about how he purchased more Tattooed Chef stock. While I am solely responsible for this loss, no, you're not solely responsible, but we'll get into that. I am making this video to warn others to not buy stock because they see a big YouTuber like Jeremy Financial Education buying it. Okay. Before we even get to the video, I just want to go over the comments because we have to stop this foolishness. Some of you guys are just heartless, evil human beings, and I'm going to call it out because I really am sick of it. Like, it's amazing the fact that you all will actually go out of your way to defend scammers and fake gurus and bad people in the finance space. And it does make me sick. So we're going to call you out on this. Let me go ahead and find it because there was a few mean comments. Let's see. This guy said, Michael Jacob says, that's on you, buddy. You don't have to follow no one on gambling. Okay, that's dumb. This guy, Brian, says, you seriously make investing decisions based on YouTube influencer information? Yeah, it's totally Jeremy's fault. Actually, it is Jeremy's fault. And we're going to get into that. This guy, Jeremy W. Oh, Jeremy W. Jeremy LaFave. This is probably Jeremy's burner account. Jeremy W. says, no one's fault but your own. Do your own research. And then he has 9 likes. Okay, let's go ahead and dispel that because I want you to know right now, all of you guys who keep saying it's nobody's fault but your own, it's your fault, you should be kicking yourself, you guys are bad people. I'm just going to keep it all the way real here because my thing is, okay, well, if it's his fault for getting scammed and swindled by a grifter and a fake guru, then by your logic, it's everybody's fault who got scammed by Sam Bankman-Fried too. That's right, it's their fault. They put their money in an exchange that was being run by a 20-something-year-old kid who has no experience in crypto. So it's their fault. Everybody who got scammed by Bernie Madoff in the largest Ponzi scheme in the world, it's their fault. They're the ones who gave him his money. They pushed the buy button. It's their fault. Their fault. Bernie Madoff shouldn't even have went to jail. It's not his fault. It's the people who got scam's fault. They should have done their own research, right? So Bernie Madoff should have never went to jail. Sam Bankman-Fried should just be let out of handcuffs right now. Just let him go live his life. Me, Kevin, and Jeremy, and all the other fake gurus out there, all the people in Atlas Trading, the Zach Morris guy and all of them, they gave bad stock picks and they pumped and dumped on their audience. Like, they literally bought stocks before telling the audience, and then right after they told their audience to buy a certain stock, they sold it. But again, it's not their fault. Nope, it's not their fault. It's the victim's fault. They pressed the buy button. They should have done their own research. You see how stupid that is? You see how dumb it comes across when you try to defend scammers? Now, I will be honest. Does the victim share some blame? Yes, but we have to make sure we fully conceptualize this because you guys are running with a horrible narrative and it's dangerous. The fact that we have so many clowns out here defending absolute scammers. Does this guy right here, does he share maybe 15%, 20% of the blame? Yes. At the end of the day, you're a grown man and yes, you do share a little bit of the blame for the fact that you didn't do your own research and you didn't stay on top of it, and you thought that the stock market was a gambling parlor where you could just put 3,500 in there and you could 10x your money. He shares 20% of the blame. However, the scammer shares 80% of the blame, in my opinion. Here's why. It's very simple. Are we really going to sit here and act like these guys didn't build their businesses and built their YouTube channels playing stock guru on the internet? They literally made videos saying, this stock will 10x, this stock will 8x. I'm a guru. I'm smart. Look at my portfolio. I have millions of dollars in my bank account. I have Teslas in my garage. I have different businesses and blah, 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 blah. These guys are selling the dream, and it's really easy to swindle somebody who's new to the stock market. So how can you, in good faith, blame 100% of the blame on the person who got swindled when that's literally what these fake gurus are trying to do? That's actually their goal. Like, Jeremy's videos literally say, Tattooed Chef will 10x. This stock will 5x. Join my stock picking group where you'll be able to meet with some of the best stock picking gurus in the world. There's millionaires in there. These guys are literally selling it. They are fraudulently selling a dream to people so they can make money. So I can see, and I can also sympathize, because some of you heartless bastards in the comments, unlike you, I actually have some empathy. I can sympathize with somebody who lost an insane amount of money listening to a fake guru, and I do feel bad for this guy. Even though he shares some of the blame, I'm not going to say he shares 100% of the blame. It is up to the SEC to punish these people for doing these things. First of all, you're not even supposed to be giving financial advice on YouTube, but all of these YouTubers are giving financial advice, encouraging people to buy certain stocks because they believe in them. And unfortunately, this is the damage that gets done when you go on the internet and you play fake stock guru when you don't know anything about stocks. It's absolutely ridiculous. Okay, let's actually play this man's video.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thank you for joining me here today. My name is Rishabh Sawant, and I'm not a financial advisor. Now, this video is going to be a proof that I'm really not a financial advisor. That's because I have lost a ton of money on stocks like Tattooed Chef by following YouTubers like Jeremy Financial Education. Now, I started watching Jeremy like 4 years ago, and I stumbled upon his YouTube videos because I was searching for stuff regarding stock market, like the really basic stuff.
Let me pause this because I got another thought, guys. I want to make it very clear, guys. And this is why I say when you guys blame the victims, it's stupid, because people are always going to get scammed. Scammers are always going to be there. It's up to the regulators to regulate this stuff, because let's be honest, retail is dumb. It is what it is. They're not dumb in real life. They're not dumb people. But when it comes to investing, retail investors on average are dumb. That's why it's best. And it's not fully their fault, because investing is actually extremely complicated. It's not as easy as, oh, I just watched some YouTuber and I put $1,000 in this stock and it's going to 10x, bro. No. That's not how it works. But overall, it's up to the regulators, in my opinion, to regulate this stuff, because you're always going to have scammers and fake gurus and fraudulent and bad actors on the internet giving bad advice and harming people. And unfortunately, because retail is so dumb when it comes to investing, there's always going to be a new gullible sucker out there that's going to fall for the okie doke and lose all of their money. I'm not blaming these retail people. Wall Street knows that retail is dumb. That's why I always recommend to retail investors, just put your money in index funds, because you're not a sophisticated enough investor to buy individual stocks. And that's not a knock. I mean, I take my own advice. This entire year, I have dedicated myself to not buying one single individual stock. I'm not buying any individual stocks this year. I'm done playing stock picker. I'm done. I'm just putting my money in S&P 500, and I'm going to focus on increasing my own income. And I think that's what you should do too. I think that's the best thing you could do to increase your net worth and live a good quality, healthy financial life. But that's just my opinion, right? Now, in terms of this guy, again, I really can't put too much of the blame on him. I wish the SEC would do a better job of going after these people. Like, they really need to just downright outlaw financial advice. I think that would really help and stop this amount of just degeneracy that's going on. Like, I really think that these like fake paid chat rooms with these buy and sell alerts and these Patreon groups, I personally think they should be outlawed unless you have a license. That's just my opinion. If you have an actual financial background, then you can do it. If you're an actual money manager and you have your licenses and everything, then you can do it. But I had this conversation with Cole, guys. I want you to listen to me carefully here. Me and Cole were talking. I was on his live stream, and I told Cole this, and I think it kind of resonated with him. But I told Cole, I said, if you think about it, finance is the only industry on YouTube where any idiot who lives in his mommy's basement can just open up a laptop and start giving stock advice. Just look at some of the biggest people in finance. No offense to anybody's occupation, but let's just keep it real here. I'm not saying that you working these occupations makes you a loser, but let's be honest. Would you take financial advice from an Uber driver? Would you take financial advice from a barber? Would you take financial advice from a gas station manager? Right? Larry Jones, stock up with Larry Jones, who has like 500,000 subscribers, used to be a freaking Uber driver. Jeremy LaFave used to freaking work at a gas station. Chris Sang worked at like a community college. And again, this is not a knock. Shout out to everybody who's doing their thing and working and all that. I have no issue with that. But my point is, YouTube finance community is the only community where any idiot can just open up a laptop. You don't even have to have money to be in a finance community. That's the crazy part. You don't even got to have a decent net worth. You could literally be broke and just open up a computer and just start giving financial advice. It's the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. It really is. There's no other industry like that. If you look at the construction worker industry or something like that, if I type in a construction video right now, there's not some random idiot who has no experience in that talking about that. It's probably going to be somebody who's like super strong, got the freaking construction worker hat on, and has probably been doing it for like 15 years. If I go in the car fixing industry to learn how to fix cars and change my oil by myself and stuff like that, it's going to be somebody who's qualified. If I go into computer gaming, programming, coding, engineering, science, any other industry on YouTube is filled with qualified individuals who has the resume to back it up. It's only in the finance community where you just have random clowns who don't know anything, don't even know the 3 financial statements. Like seriously though, it's like the simple stuff in finance these guys can't even do, but somehow they have qualifications. And there's a huge reason. There's a whole bigger picture of why this entire thing is happening. It's very similar to sports betting. Sports betting is the same way. Any average idiot can get on the internet and be a sports bettor. They can just automatically trick people and make people think that they're a professional sports bettor. It's very similar. And the reason why is because for whatever reason, people just have this notion that the stock market is a gambling parlor. Like they really think the stock market's a casino. Like you could win a lot of money if you put a little bit of money in. That's not really how it works, actually. But we also had a really ridiculous bubble. We had a huge tech bubble in 2020 and 2021. And that's where a lot of these people rose to prominence and built their huge followings. But overall, my point is you guys got to stop blaming the victims here. You really do. Does he share some blame? Yes. But at the end of the day, this guy is a victim because he's probably new to the stock market. He probably didn't know any better. He went to YouTube for education. Again, guys, to us who know about stocks, we could easily tell that Jeremy LaFave is an idiot. But if you're new to the stock market and you know nothing, you don't even know what time the stock market opens and closes. You don't even know what the New York Stock Exchange is. You don't know what the NASDAQ S&P 500 is. You don't know what the Dow. If you're new like that and you literally don't know anything, it can be really easy to listen to one of these charismatic people on YouTube and think, wow, this guy sounds like a genius. He understands. He's saying big words like PE ratio and balance sheet. And this stock will 10x an earnings call. If you're new to the stock market, if you've never heard these terms before, then yes, somebody's going to sound like a genius. Like if I have, like, for example, well, not even example, if I just know a little bit more about a subject than somebody else who's completely new, and I start talking to them, I'm going to sound like a genius. It's going to take somebody who's an actual expert in that field to come into the picture and say, no, this guy's actually an idiot. He just knows more than you and you don't know anything about it. So it's easy to trick you. But that guy doesn't know anything either. That's literally what's going on in finance. And it's really important that you guys understand that because it's just disgusting what's going on here, man. Here we go.
Like what is PE ratio, what is market cap. And at that point of time, he was doing these really educational videos in regards to the stock market. And that's how I got to know Jeremy. That's how I started following him. And then I think after he bought Tesla, he made a lot of money because Tesla stock like went up by 10x or maybe even 20x for him.
Yeah, but that was pure luck. Tesla is a unicorn. Tesla is a once in a lifetime stock. Never, ever in your life. See, this is another reason. This is how you know this guy's new, and it's okay. Not knocking him at all. He's a victim. But this is how you know somebody's new. If you look at somebody and you're like, wow, they had one 10x stock, they're a genius, and you're not taking into account all the other stocks they picked, that's the red flag right there. So this guy probably got mesmerized because Jeremy 10x his money in Tesla, which he did. It's a unicorn. However, Jeremy basically lost that money right back because he's called like 5 different stocks that all went bankrupt. Smile Direct Club's just about bankrupt. Tattoo Chef's just about bankrupt. Voyager Digital did go bankrupt. The Honest Company ain't looking too good. Very Good Food Company ain't looking too good if they're not already bankrupt. You see what I'm saying? Jeremy has a really bad track record of putting like 6 figures in different stocks and just losing all that money. He lost 6 figures. Like he lost like $200,000 in Voyager Digital. He lost millions of dollars. He actually lost $1 million in Tattooed Chef. He lost a bunch of money in The Honest Company. He lost a bunch of money in Corsair Gaming. He lost a bunch of money in Very Good Food Company. He lost a bunch of money in Smile Direct Club. You see what I'm saying? It's really that serious. And so just because somebody has one lucky stock that's, for crying out loud, I had a lucky stock that's 10x. Seriously, I invested in Enphase back when it was a penny stock, and I have proof of this. Enphase Energy, the company that's like several $100s now, you know, really big market cap. I bought that stock in like 2018 when it was literally like 50 cents. And of course, I sold way before the stock got to whatever, several $100s or whatever it is now. But the bottom line is I did 10x my money in Enphase stock. I did. So if I wanted to play fake stock guru, I could easily just show people my gains. Oh my God, I bought Enphase Energy at 40 cents and now it's $10. I 10x, bro. I'm a genius. You can easily do that. However, if you look at the rest of my track record, DraftKings, Arrival, SoFi, Roku, all this stuff, you realize, okay, this guy's not that good of a stock picker. And this is why you got to be careful, man. Okay, let's keep going.
because he bought way earlier, and after he made that amount of money, he started buying more and more stocks that were a little bit more risky. For example, Tattooed Chef was one of his biggest holdings throughout 2020, 2021. During COVID, that's all he used to talk about. And looking at that, I started buying Tattooed Chef as well. Now, I shouldn't be blaming him, but he was the reason why I bought Tattooed Chef.
That's
You
right,
see,
be honest.
I know that it's not right to blame him, but when somebody has such a big following,
Yep.
I think they should be held responsible.
Yep.
Now, I started buying Tattooed Chef
right.
back in 2021. I first started buying Tattooed Chef when I first heard about it from Jeremy. And
Okay, so if he started buying Tattoo Chef in 2021, that means he bought Tattoo Chef when it was $20. That's what that means, because Tattooed Chef was just insanely, ridiculously overvalued and high in 2021, as were most stocks. So that means he really bought Tattooed Chef at the high.
and I started doing my own research about the company, but I was doing the research through a tunnel vision. I really wanted a stock that would like 10x my investment, and I think it's one of the first few stocks that I bought that was during the lockdowns, the COVID lockdowns that were going on. And after that, I started buying more and more, and I'll just quickly show you like how much I bought and how much I'm down. So let's jump into my screen now. As you can see here, I have 173 shares, and my average is $19.30.
Woo! This is the damage of what happens. And again, it's unfair for you guys to say it's his fault for listening to a YouTuber. No. Why is the YouTuber going on YouTube and playing fake stock guru and doing the stock picking? That should be regulated, and Jeremy Lefebvre should be held accountable for that, in my personal opinion. You can't just come on here and play fake stock guru and lose people a bunch of money when you're trying to get people to listen to you and join your Patreon group to listen to you. And then when they lose the money, it's like, oh, it's not my fault. You should not financial advice, bro. You should have made your own decision. You should have did your own research. No. You can't have it both ways. And this is my main problem with you heartless monsters in the comments who keep saying, oh, it's his fault. It's not Jeremy's fault at all. No. Jeremy is specifically marketing his business as him being a genius stock picker because he picked Tesla and he 10x his money, and he's getting people into that group under the notion that he is an excellent stock picker and you will make money if you listen to him. So we got to hold this same person accountable when people listen to him and join his Patreon and follow his stock picks and lose 92% of their money. You cannot have it both ways, bruh.
The stock is currently trading at $1.40. So I bought it. My average, I first started buying, I believe, when it was like $25, $26. And at that point of time, even Jeremy was
Good God Almighty. This poor man started buying Tattoo Chef at $26, $25. Good God Almighty. Woo!
buying. Even all these other YouTube guys were talking about it, and they were buying in that range. And they were talking about how it can go up to like $40, $50.
Yep.
I think the market cap would have been about, okay, at $19 something, the market cap was about 2 billion. And at that point of time, we were all talking about how this could be a $20 billion market cap company. It would that's a 10x growth. So I started buying at 26, and then after that I lowered my cost basis, and it's
Yeah, he lowered his cost basis because all these fake gurus kept saying, "Oh, just buy the dip, bro. Just keep buying the dip. Keep buying the dip. It's gonna 10x, bro. Just give it some time. Wait 3 to 5 years. Just buy the dip, bro." Tattoo Chef's at $1, folks. Jesus Christ.
down to nine, and at the last I bought, it went down to $19, and you can see here the the total that I invested is 173 times 19.3, so that's about, I believe, $3,700 or so, or maybe $3,500 or so, and I have lost $3,339.10. So right now the value of that investment is only $242.
He lost all his
So
money.
that's a huge loss. That's a loss of
That's absolute
$3,114.
wealth destruction.
And
That's
if you
beyond
think
a huge
about it
loss.
in terms of percentage, that's a loss of 92%. Now, I know that this amount here, the actual dollar amount, it's not really much. It's not much for many people. It's not much for me either. I mean, it is a substantial, nobody wants to lose money at the end of the day, isn't it? But it's not, you can say that it could have been worse. So, because at one point of time, I wanted to invest my entire savings into this company, and
Woo!
luckily I did not do that.
Woohoo! Oh, he just dropped a bombshell. This man said at one point he wanted to invest his entire life savings. Did I hear that right? Oh no!
That it could have been worse. So, because at one point of time, I wanted to invest my entire savings into this company, and luckily I did not do that. But still,
This is the danger, guys. And again, he's a victim. You guys should see my emails. I get so many emails from people who invested like just about all their money and lost it all. And I know you guys are going to say, "Oh, a fool and his money will soon depart," and blah blah blah. What about the scammers? Why do we keep blaming the victims? Yes, what they did was dumb. Okay, cool. Can you stop beating up the victims now? We get it. What they did was dumb. They know that what they did was dumb. Clearly this guy knows that what he did was dumb. Now, what about Jeremy? Can Jeremy get investigated by the SEC now? Can we start hearing some charges? I want to hear charges announced by the end of the year. Come on, man. This is a crime. This is sad. This man lost 92% of his money listening to a fake guru. And again, guys, it will be different if these YouTubers were on a YouTube platform just talking about whatever. Jeremy is literally branding himself as a stock picking guru, literally branding himself that way. So how do you guys get mad at the victim when they listen to somebody who basically told the world, "I'm a stock guru, and if you listen to me, you can 10x your money like me"? Come on, bruh. Woohoo! That guy didn't put his life savings in there. Good God Almighty.
is quite a big percentage of my portfolio, because at that point of time during the COVID restrictions, when everyone was at home thinking about what to do, I started learning about investing, and that's when I started investing, and this was one of the first stocks that I bought. My entire portfolio right now does not look that great, my stock portfolio, but I think this is my worst holding. So the lesson learned: do not believe whatever you see on YouTube. Do not follow YouTubers blindly. That's the
But here's the sad part. This is why I keep saying, guys, we need more regulation, because even though he's saying this, and even though I've been saying this for like the last year, literally the last 12 months I've been saying this, it doesn't matter, because there's always going to be a new sucker in retail. There's always going to be a new sucker who's going to fall for it. So you know how you fix this? The regulators need to come in and say, unless you have a license or qualifications, you cannot give stock advice on your channel. You cannot have a Patreon with buy and sell alerts, because you're an idiot and a clown. You don't have the qualifications to be doing this. That's my honest opinion. You should not be doing buy and sell alerts in your Patreon and marketing yourself as a stock picking guru unless you have the qualifications. And you should not be on here giving financial advice and saying this stock will 10x and 20x and tattooed chef and buy my course, bro, and all that. You cannot do that. That's my honest opinion. That's really what I think. I bet you if we have more regulation in this space, in the YouTube finance space, there will be way less people getting scammed. Way less. Because there's you can't do it. The only professionals are in the field now. That's what I think should happen. You can't just have some random clown who is freaking selling candy canes out of a gas station over here giving stock advice. Some clown. 30 on pump 6? You want regular or diesel? Okay, I'll give you regular. Deep, deep, deep. You getting yourself a Slurpee? Welcome to 7-Eleven. Okay, deep, deep, deep. That'll be $5.89. Can you imagine that guy going on the internet giving stock advice? You ever went to a random gas station before? What would you do if you went to a random gas station, getting some gas, and some guy was like, hey, by the way, even though I just, you're about to pump your gas or whatever, and by the way, you can go over to pump 8 and pump your gas. I just want to let you know that Tattooed Chef is going to 10X, bro. You should really listen to me. Would you listen to that guy? No. So why are you listening to Jeremy? It's the same freaking thing. Oh, I know, because he has 700,000 subscribers on YouTube. See, that's the trick. And that's why we need regulation, because there's always going to be a new sucker who's going to be like, oh my God, this guy almost has 1 million followers. He must be a genius. He just showed me his bank account. Oh my God, he's filming videos with his 2 Teslas in his garage. He's rich. I want to be rich too. Tattoo Chef, bye. Come on, man.
lesson that I learned, and I hope that that's the lesson that you learn as well. Because the best way of investing right now, the more I read into it, the more I learn that the best way of investing is just investing in ETFs. You can
Yep.
pick individual stocks, but
No, you
the
can't.
risk is very high.
No. You can't pick individual stocks. If you don't know how, if you're not willing to listen to a 2-hour earnings call, if you don't know how to value a stock, analyze a stock, understand a company, if you don't know how to value a, I'm sorry, I already said that. If you don't know how to read the financials of a stock, if you don't even know the freaking 3 financial statements, if you don't understand certain things like the price to sales, price to earnings ratio, different things like that, if you don't understand what cash flows are, all those different things, you have no business investing in individual companies. And I'll even take it a step further. I'm just going to be honest with you. If you don't have a finance background, and this is my God honest opinion, you either have to have a finance background or you have to dedicate years of your life to researching and learning how to pick stocks, which I know most retailers are going to do because folks got kids and jobs and stuff. So I'm just going to be honest here. You're better off just putting your money in the S&P 500 like I'm doing and figuring out a way to increase your income. You should not be individual stock picking. You should not be doing it.
I'm 30 right now, and losing 92% in one stock is not really something that I want to do, and that I can't afford to do it right now, because I have plans for myself in the next 2 to 3 years. So lesson learned. From now on, I will be investing more in ETFs, and I will be talking more about it on my channel. And in my next video, I will show you the rest of my portfolio. This is just the tip of the iceberg. I have lost a lot more than this, but I plan to recover from this. In fact, I did not post on YouTube for the last 4 months. That's because I was just trying to wrap my head around what just happened. And it's not nice to see this happening to you, but
Yeah, it's sad stuff, guys, but hopefully this video opens some eyes of the damage that these people have done. I mean, I've been talking about it for a very long time now at this point, like for a very long time. And I get a lot of hate in my comments from it and blah, 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 blah. But this is the part that you guys don't see. This is the annihilation that these fake gurus on YouTube have caused. And so anyway, I've talked more than long enough. This is like a 30-minute video. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys in the next one.